Alrighty then, time for DanDaDan chapter 144, chapter title, Let's Go on an Adventure. Let's open the chapter. Alright. Uh, we got Momo in bed, um, hugging a pillow as she sleeps, and the sheets are all messed up, and there's some slippers on the floor. Alright, let's see. She says in her sleep while chewing on the pillow, um, steamed pork bun? Okay. And then she wakes up, and then she just fully wakes up, and then she realizes where she is, and then she gets up and she stands up, getting out of bed, and she says, "No wait, no wait, no way," and she looks around the corner, and she says, "Ga," and then uh oh, and then she's out in the hallway, and Zuma's just sleeping on the floor, and she says, "Zuma," with three A's and an exclamation point. And then she goes down to him and she says, "I'm so sorry, Zuma. I slept like a log." And she says, "I'm so sorry for making you sleep out here." And he says, "Ugh, dot dot dot." And he wakes up and he gets up, looks around, rolls over or something, or he might roll over first actually. Um, oh no, I totally crashed, says Zuma. Were you okay? He says. She says gua, uh, and stab. Okay, and that word bubble is stabbing through her chest. I guess. Okay. She says forgive me, and he says for what? And he asks, did you get good sleep? With a blink blink sound effect, and she says aw, and then she goes on to say, please don't ask that. I did you wrong. And he goes on to say, huh? Why do you keep saying that? He says, if you got some rest, that's a good thing, isn't it? And she says, with the stab sound effect again, and she says, bah. And then, she says, seriously, stop. Alright, they're outside now. Walking through the streets, there's, frog NPCs walking around and sitting on benches and whatnot. Looks like one of them's reading a book. Um, and Zuma says, the frogs never did attack in the end. And she says, yes, uh, you're so right, sir. And he says, geez, enough already. And she says, but, dot, 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 I feel so guilty, dot, dot, dot. And he says, it's annoying. Okay, now he's got the golden ball in his hand. He's saying here. He hands her the ball. And he says, see if your powers are back. And she says K, and grabs the golden ball. And here goes nothing. And she activates her little hand power force field thing. I forget what it is exactly. But she activates it. Um he says, whoa, sweet. And she says, fit as a fiddle. And then she goes no, he goes on to say afterwards, is that some kind of spiritual power? And she says, no, it's not like that for me. More like a superpower. Okay. And then she goes on to say, what about you? Mine is from the umbrellas. Oh yeah, they're yokai umbrellas, aren't they? Anyways, and she says, what are they? Are they like umbrella yokai? Oh, she said the same thing. Or something? Don't know, he says. And she says, huh? How'd you become able to use them? Don't want to say, he says. And we got a shot of him in his transformed state or whatever with his mask and the umbrellas. And she says, that's so badass. And then she goes on to also say, can't you use dot 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 them to like fly too? Uh, and he says, I can kind of leap. Dot dot dot. Okay. And then dot 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 from the force when they open. Dot dot dot. Oh, okay. Dot dot dot. But I can't fly like a bird. All right. Um. On the next page, he says, also organic flashback to when he defeated the knight with the shield. He's saying also once I open an umbrella, it releases its spiritual power, and I can't use it anymore. And he goes on to say, and once I've opened both, I'm out of spiritual power. And she says, oh. And then she goes on to say, that's a lot of conditions. As she closed one eye. I don't think it's a wink though, but she says, she says, oh no. And then rain. Okay, it begins raining. And he opens one of the umbrellas and they're under the umbrella together. And then she says, whoa, is it okay to open one? We're about to take on the final stage, and you're awful close. Well, what choice do we have? Moron, he replies. And she says, huh? Uh, if you catch a cold, then what? Then what? Get under, he says. And he, I guess, kind of holds her closer as she kind of resists. And then she says, "This is so sudden. Don't you feel chilly?" He responds, and she says, "Not at all." Uh, and he says, "Quit yapping," as she shoves him, and he responds, "You need to take care of your throat." He says, and then she responds, "Stop acting like this." And she says, "Oh." Uh, and she's thinking about Okarun, saying, "What a bummer." Um, and then she's thinking of Okarun eating food, and she says, "Actually, Okarun's personality changes when he uses his power to." No, is that what's happening? Okay. And she says, "Geez, what a pain." Just turn back to normal, Zuma. And he says, "What the question mark?" And he turns back to normal, and the umbrella disappears or whatever. Its power fades, I guess. Um, and they're out in the rain now with no umbrella. And he says, "Oh no," as he's kind of just I would say holding the umbrella, but it's more of a like the Legend of Zelda thing where it's kind of just floating above the hands. He says, "He used an umbrella," and she says, "Numbnuts." Looks like she's about to kick him in the butt. Get your emotions in check, bird brain, she says. And then he says, why the hell did I open it? Who cares if I get wet in a rain shower? Uh, okay, so I guess he gets romantic when he transforms? Okay. She says, now you're just making it worse. Um, and now they're going through the rain, and it looks like they're in a forest now, and they have a giant leaf as an umbrella, and Zuma's the one holding it. Now they look like they're in the ruins of a destroyed castle. And there's something on the wall, or maybe next to the wall. Maybe some kind of slime monster. Yeah, it looks like there's slime monsters actually. There's some on the right side too. I was looking at the one on the left. Another up on the what do you call them, like ramparts or something? I don't know. They're up on the castle walls. And there's slimes everywhere. And then there's slimes floating through the air too. Um, she looks excited about it. Zoom out less so. All right, another shot of Zuma's just walking, and there's little slimes or ghosts. I don't know in the air, and she's having fun with it. Kind of doing backwards dance walk thing, sort of. Oh, okay. Well, now there's a gigantic army of knights, and there's a dragon and a griffin and uh like five I want to say tapir, maybe tapir. They're not exactly elephants. I'd say they look more like tapir, but they're like giant tapir I want to say they look like tanks, but they might actually be creatures. I don't know. They look like they have a weird kind of base or something that, and they might have wheels, maybe. I don't know. They might be tapir tanks or something. And there's like a castle town or something in the background. And then the big tower in the back has like a leaf on top. Okay. They're standing up on the castle wall or whatever, and the little contract scroll thing appears. And it says Castle Siege, take down the armies and destroy the crystal inside the castle. And it says enemy, and yeah, it looks like a list. It says enemy troops, allied troops, behemoths. I guess the behemoths, because it says ×5. Those are the tapir looking things. It says wyvern. The scroll's not fully unscrolled, so you can't see how many wyvern, but I counted one. It says, I think one of them's reading it, and they say, take down the armies, dot dot dot, dot dot dot, and destroy the crystal inside the castle. We got another shot of the army with from a different angle, with one of the tapir looking behemoths in the background, and also the little castle with the leaf on top. And a shot of scroll, Momo and Zuma, and Zuma's pointing at the army, I guess. And then I think Zuma's probably speaking. He says, "Yeah, no way, that's happening." This is to be continued. Oh boy, got a big old army to fight. Very exciting. Okay. We got Zuma has like what, one more umbrella to use, and then she's got like presumably unlimited use of the hand ability, right? Or is there restrictions in this world? I don't remember. I mean, as long as she's got the golden ball, right, she can use her powers, right? Is that how it works? All right, very exciting. We got a big old battle coming up here. All right, end of recording. Did it end? I don't think it ended.